on my calendar. I'm going through in here and I'm like, got buttons that hit everywhere. Yeah, you can get spam for a sec. There we go. Alright. Sitting here thinking, I'm like, wait a second, I don't think I set up anything on Steam yet. I always forget. Oh, those notifications? Yeah. Hasn't went up for a while, though. I got an item. This is my item. Oh, yeah, that safe thing I got yesterday. Whatever. It's been sitting pretty steady there. I haven't broke the 200 mark yet. It's just sad. Hello. Anyways. Okay, so stream. The thing is, technically, we had as of last stream, I finished up the video we've been working on, which means now we're in between projects again. Yeah. I am in the middle of working and getting the references for what I wanted to do next, which is from Fallout Equestria, doing something regarding the memory orbs, but it's going to take a little bit because I still have to get through the book. I'm making little notes on the chapters that have memory orbs and as to what is in those chapters, so I can reference them easier than having to search them out. So until I'm actually done rereading, which should probably be, because we're doing it for book club, it'd probably be middle of February. I really don't want to get too far into it, so I don't know. I might have to hold off on that. So I'm going to leave it up to you guys as to what to possibly do. But do remember, if there's anything you want me to show you or help to cover or information to go over, let me know. And I definitely could do that too. It's the Fallout Equestria printed copies. It's just a normal book, but I have this isn't the newest one. This is the previous printout. I've been reading these because the pages and stuff, I feel more comfortable with sticky notes in these. The other one being it's like Bible paper. I don't want to tear anything. No, the next video I wanted to do was using this song, and this would be I wanted to make a video that was from that covered all the memory orbs from the book. So like here I have like the first memory orb is the Fluttershy podium speech. Then the next one I have here is Twilight and Pinkie at the party, where Twilight yells at Pinkie about her addiction. Applejack's armor speech, where she just announces the creation of the armor. Spike making fun of Rainbow, Spike walking with the main six down a hallway, where he shows off the Enclave armor. Applejack and Zecora's first meeting in the book. So anything else in memory that covered the main six, I have in here, or I'm marking in here so that I have it for reference. And I want to have this video. If you have a model of a memory orb, that'd be great, because it's not going to be a main focus of having an actual memory orb in there, but there is one part that will be a main focus, and that I would need it for. But I already have a lot of the ideas for it, so I technically could kind of start it, But one of the scenes I want to do, I haven't gotten to in the book yet, for reference, and that's I've been kind of doing it where I want to start with what I want as the most iconic shot to build to do first, and I need it to reread it, and that's Canterlot. So that's that's like the 4th section, I think. So that'd be a while to get to. So, but until I get there, yeah, I'm gonna hold off on working on that. Let's have some else here. How would you make a custom image into a material overlay inside it, or insert it into a sky card? I actually had done that just a little bit ago on a different stream. It's exactly answering your question. If I can find that, because I already covered it. It was into way more depth than I'd be able to right now. I don't remember which one it was though. It was a couple weeks ago, and I did go over it, for about a half hour as to what you can do with different textures and stuff. I just wish that I could remember it. What did I put as the texture? It was something really stupid. Was it Flavor Flav's face? I don't think so. No, it was during Halloween, because we were doing the spooky scary. So I think actually I was explaining it on Halloween. Let's see if I can find it for you. I bet you it's on this one though. I'm not seeing it, but I'm pretty sure. Yeah, check that video and you'll probably find a nice one. Because I know we put the spooky scary skeleton as the texture. It's bugging me that I can't see it when I'm going through here though. Oh, there we go. It's right around this point. So I'm not gonna go into detail trying to figure out where it is in this. So here, check that out, and that should actually cover all the information you need. Okay. All right. So yeah. So we'll do whatever you guys want to do. I can pull up old projects, make stupid stuff, make a poster. It's all up to you guys. I'll let you kind of decide. We're probably gonna end it at like 9 then, because it's not a full work night then. Hi, Scope. Meantime, I'll pull up. Gotta stop naming it random letters. It's a bad habit. I saw you said, sorry, you said poster. I just want to make sure if there's anybody else. But anyways, for the follow-up video, what I want to do with the memory orbs is that nice thing is that it would be a lot of single shots that would last a long time. The song that it was in reference to was called Final Way. I like the picture that they used here. And it's a very simple song. There's not much to the lyrics, but I thought it fit well and had a nice build up. So I want to use that song and kind of just take random memory orbs from the book, put them in an order that maybe not makes sense, but just like puts them in a cinematic light. But I want to try to recreate the actual memory orbs themselves, and without breaking off too much from what they actually were, or without taking into too much creative freedom of what would happen before or after, like trying to focus on what actually happened in there, because there's a lot. I mean, this is only the first book, and I've already got a nice little list here of potential, and there's not potential pieces to use, but just anything with them in it. So yeah. I got 2 votes for poster. Is that what you guys are wanting? Would be what do they call that? Well, we'll leave up silly till later. So, or what's decided here? All right. So we need to figure out. I feel like I spelled it right first, and then pretend like I spelled it wrong. Okay, we'll do something here. I don't know if it'll be a GIF or a picture or what. Yeah, we could do silly for sure. So, but let's first figure out who do we want in the picture. So we need a pwn. It could be multiple pwn, but I prefer to have just a single one to be the focus. So yeah, so what you guys could do, just link or list some pwns. How many people are here? About 10 right now. I think how is Twitch is saying whatever. I wouldn't worry. No, don't throw me. Don't want your damn model scope. But I need pony names. Okay, we have for those joining us, we're making a poster and we're getting ideas from you guys as to what pony. We just did a video with Lyra, so we will pass on Lyra for now. And I did a Bon picture not long ago, so I'll pass on that. We could do mod there. Because I want to keep it different. I don't want to keep working with the same things over and over again. Raven Inkwell, who the hell is that? I've done a lot of stuff with Derpy, though. Is any others, or are we going to go with this one? Are these for the choices? Luna? We put Luna on there. Dolphin will not be a main focus. It could be in there, but not as a main focus. So we're gonna stick with that. And I'm gonna generalize these a little bit more. So I'm gonna say this is we'll focus on the idea once it's developed there. We'll do. I just want to put that to princesses. We'll keep that. Those are hard to expand out. Do Pinkie Pie and Rainbow Dash to those. Mod Pie really can't either. So I want to keep this one open. Yeah, we'll go with that. So okay. And we'll allow multiple answers. And this is poem. I don't want you guys to get confused. All right. Got enough. I don't want to make it too long of a list, because if you put too many on there, it's not going to give people the opportunity to accurately gauge what they want. It'd just be a long list with a lot of even numbers. But then after that, .met, yes. I wouldn't worry too much about this right now, because we're probably going to have to determine the pwn first, or at least get an idea as to where it is going. What we got here? Rainbow Dash and Mod Pie are winning. I bet you I know who voted Ember. And you can vote multiple, so you don't have to just vote a single. But there's only 2 votes. We need more than that. Or is anybody joining and it wants the link? I can still post it. So let's do it right now. So, oh, we got princesses. This is. Alright, guys, we can't go with ties. Anyways, you voted for princesses. That's nice. You're a valuable member of society. Oh, Rainbow Dash pulled ahead. I can still do a vote too if I so wish. Genie ponies? Ponies with ties? What do you, I don't even know what you're talking about. No, you need mods? Mod would be interesting because I don't think I've really done anything with Mod, but what do you do with her? Mod could be interesting because she'd be very different. I'm trying to think of what to do with Rainbow Dash even. Is this gonna be it? Is this what we're going with? Wow, there's more people here than that can vote. I'm gonna put my votes in. I kind of am interested in Mod and the princesses myself. But again, I don't want that to influence people's decisions. That's why I usually wait. Why did I choose those two? It made it even again. Oh. Oh, oh. Oh, 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 oh. We play Princess Mod. No. We're going to be going with princesses. Well, let's start looking at situations. What do you guys want ponies to be doing? As of right now, it's looking like princesses. Unless somebody else can pull ahead. A collab of Rainbow and Mod. I don't even know what they just seem so opposite to me. I don't know how they would work. I mean, I guess that could work because of such. More for princesses. I don't know. I think Mod's kind of gotten her ass kicked. Poor Mod. Well, with that, I'm thinking that it's gonna have to be called at that. I've done fight scenes with the princesses. I don't want to really do that again. Yeah, okay, yeah, princesses win. Okay. That got solidified. It's like a big middle finger to the rest of them. Alright, so we're going to say princesses. I might have to do Mod in another one, though, because I have some ideas that could actually be pretty neat with that. Okay, so we're going to say situation theme. So you're talking, I saw war games. I know that you have a 2 mod, but I like that that idea. And this is not, this can be specific to a princess or to them as a multiple or something. I'm keeping it open. I just had a great idea. What did I say? I don't remember. Come on. Give me some ideas. You can't give middle hooves to losers because even if you counted both hooves, there's no middle. You blur it. That's about the best you can do. But Anthology essentially did that. Okay, dating show. I don't know how that would work. Actually, that would be interesting. Playing Connect 4. The limbs don't really bend that well. That would end up probably being more of a distorted, would be goofy because of the distortion of the models than it would be of them actually like playing the game. Women being brainwashed. That's hard to do in a picture. I don't see how that could work. Sneaky Bits is good. Is done giving ideas. He's already got 2. I like pirate theme. We'll do pirate theme. You can put your shipping princesses with your OC. That's fine. Not Walking Dead. That I don't think. And baking a cake. That would be really difficult because usually the only time to be funny or good would be with a mess, and I don't have the resources to make a mess. What is this? Yeah, no, that would be an immense project. That picture alone would take forever. So, no. I'll do one more idea. Ninja and Samurai, that would require outfits that aren't available. Pirate, I can kind of make work because you just put a hat and an eye patch on him or something, but a full outfit. Princess Ginyu Force, I don't think I could bend the models right. That's some really extreme posing that the models would not do right. At least, it would look more like them doing stupid posing than anything that would resemble Ginyu. And it doesn't have to be all 6. Like I said, it can be a single princess, multiple, doesn't matter. But I'm looking for at least one more idea, or we're going to be stuck with 4. Then, yeah, I'm trying to think, is there anything that I would like to see? Slapstick comedy is hard for a picture. Because slapstick usually is... not zombie, that'd be more like the Walking Dead thing again. Horn booping? That seems really simple. Plotting world domination. I'm gonna put that under war games. Yeah, and that's what you said too. Though I kind of like that idea of it instead. Daybreaker Chili, we already did that too. Darbreaker, I like Darbreaker. And I would consider, would Nightmare Moon and Daybreaker be considered princesses though? I mean, I guess if something came up with them, I mean, they could definitely be a part of whatever we're doing, like, yoga class. Again, that's very high manipulation of the models that is not going to go well. You're gonna, they would consider princesses? Okay. So is it tripping on her mane? I don't know how you do that. I can see like tripping down the stairs, but even then, how do you do the picture in that? Pokemon battle? Okay, that actually could work. I like that one. So it could be like Luna versus Celestia or something. Okay. Because some of the ideas are good ideas, but it's knowing what's available to even, if it's even possible, to do that. So that's why some of like, so a dating show is one of those that I'm not even sure if that would work, or not. Splatoon again requires different models. I'll go with this. So give me stuff. No, how did princesses kick that much ass? Who went on there and did multi-voting? Though you'd have to do some IP dupes. Unusual Luna Dream. Because I kind of have my ideas. And remember, if you put one vote for everything, it's essentially the same as not voting for anything at all. So, if you can, just try to keep it to like voting for 2 or 3. Unusual Luna Dreams winning? I might have to almost check what an unusual Luna Dream would be. This is probably not a picture we're going to finish tonight either. But that's fine. Because we have a nice gap now, not having to worry about stuff. Luna in a taco dream. The taco model that's available right now is very low poly, I probably would not recommend it. So see, as a genie, you might, if it's a picture that's possible, it's trying to make a genie tail, that would be hard, but you probably could do it in post to blend it with another model to make it look right. Okay, I'm gonna do my vote here. I'm kind of for any of these three. Pokemon Battle would be kind of funny though, but I'll go with those three. Worst nightmare? What is this? Oh, that's probably got loud audio or something. I'm not gonna bother with that. Well, right now we're tied kind of between these two. We could almost merge the idea. I don't know how a dating show would actually work on here. Even if it wins, I don't know if I'd be able to do it. I just don't know how to do it. You'd have to build a whole set, and it probably... who they were dating with would be what would indicate, or would have to be the joke in itself, but there's nobody that makes sense for them. Yeah, that might be a little weird. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, Flash Century, but then that seems to me like it wouldn't be something that people would probably latch on to. I'm almost thinking... I am liking either Unusual Luna's Dream or War Games. Well, War Games won for now. Alright, I'm going to open up a file here that's not named stupid. Game of Pawns. Actually, Game of Pawns would kind of work. I haven't really seen it though, so I don't know if that would, how difficult that would be for me. I swear that there is a the Throne of Swords. Yeah, but that's from, it's not the exact same thing. I swear that one existed though. Yeah, we're sitting at War Games, so we're going to be going with War Games. It is closed, it is done. Alright. If we're doing War Games, we're probably going to want both Celestia and Luna. Yeah, no, I got your link. I put it on another monitor so I can get to it later. Okay, so we got Celestia, and we're gonna get some Luna. There's a new Luna, isn't there? I swear there was. Is that this one? That's probably a good way to try to link to it. I think that might be the same one I have, though. July 2016. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the one I have. It wouldn't make sense having Celestia and Luna argue with Nightmare or Daybreaker Nightmare Moon because it wouldn't be wartime for them. I believe this is that one. That's the one with the kind of with the man that acts weird. Did you see the throne model? Oh, I didn't see one. I saw there was one that existed, but it was TF2 themed. This is what I think of when I think princesses, but I mean, like Twilight and stuff does work. Luna playing D&D. Oh, was there one in SFM Lab? Ha, there was. Okay, sweet. There you go. Alright, this is the deciding factor on how this will work. Okay. It does have bump maps. Okay, good. I wasn't sure. If there was no bump maps, I wasn't going to bother, because it would have just been, like, super flat looking. And I don't want that. We're doing War Games themed, and so we're thinking probably Game of Thrones. Is there a prony prop? Is there a prop that doesn't exist that you wish you had? Only through modeling, sculpting, and promises. I know a lot of people for modeling if I ever need custom stuff usually. But really, if you see a need out there that people don't have, make it. If it's there's things out there that you would think like nobody would ever need this, but somebody has a need for it. So it can be just as simple as how they'd have a certain like flower pot or a cart or something. Stuff like that is useful because it helps build atmosphere. Game of Mike, you can't stay in our hotel rooms anymore. You're just gonna lose all the rooms. No more puns. A boat map is a boat map is it's like a texture on top of a texture, but it's not giving color information, it's giving depth information. So it will state the differences in the colors as it goes will determine how light will interact with it. So it would say like from a certain, so like for this, for instance, the bump map would say on its texture right at this edge that it's going from, if when the light's hitting it, this is supposed to be on a almost raised plane compared to the other. So when light hits it, it creates kind of a false shadow on this side. So like if I were to take this this light, and do this, you can actually see that it's creating a like shadows that actually move with it. So you can see the dark, like when you're over here, there's the dark edges right here, but as this goes around, the light's above it, so everything appears lit, and you can see the dark shadows on this other side. And as it comes around, you can see the shadows that go to this side. So it's just creating a false sense of depth without having to give the detail. Because if you were to actually make the amount of polygons necessary to make it actually look like that, you would have an engine just dying to try to maintain a high detail environment like that. Most games nowadays are still, they might have a higher polygon, but they're not really having a lot of still 3D detail, but their bump mapping has become just astronomically good. There's some things that you can go and look at and you're like, wow, this is super detailed. And then you go and look at it at different angles and find it was a perfectly flat object. So you can't do it with super details. Like that's why some of these swords are still popping out as separate 3D models, but it definitely helps. So you can see here when I go up next to it that it's just a flat texture. So, but most textures in SFM require that the bump map is a separate texture, so you actually make it as a separate bit. I'm not just Skyrim because Skyrim, like the one thing that's fun about Game of Thrones is that if I wanted to make the traditional Game of Thrones picture, that actually wouldn't be too difficult. I might be able to finish it tonight. But if I were to go like a full Skyrim thing, that would require a probably very, very large scene build that would take me a very long time to make. And because Skyrim, when I think Skyrim, the iconic thing is big, vast environments. You could say that it's a bump map is creating shadows from fake surfaces. So it's giving depth to something that doesn't actually have depth. Or it's creating a shadow from something that doesn't have an edge to create an actual shadow. And this has a shadow right here, but if you were, when you go and look at it, you see that it's just a perfectly flat texture. There's nothing to it. It's just made to look like it has depth, which then definitely means that the illusion breaks when you're at certain distances or at certain angles. So bump maps are great, but you usually can't overdo it too much, and you have to kind of play with it to make sure that it's a situation that works for it. I've had times where I put in a bump map in it, it didn't work. It actually made it worse, so I had to take it off. But like, there's the traditional Game of Thrones picture, which is this one. Whatever. This picture, which I think is probably one of the coolest pictures from there because it's just so simple. It tells a lot. It's got to be a pain, but I think it's supposed to show power in a way for that, I think. But this actually wouldn't be very difficult to do. But if we were to do that, which of the princesses would that be? I mean, there's Twilight, Celestia, and I'm saying that we could even do the if Nightmare Moon and Daybreaker are considered such. Though with the coloration, I would say that Celestia and Daybreaker wouldn't work. It's just that that's going to be... that would definitely work. Flurry Heart. Is there a Flurry Heart model? I think there is, but I don't think it's going... Okay, I'm curious now, because that actually could be kind of funny. She is a princess. Is she a princess? Is Flurry Heart a princess? I don't know if we'd consider her a princess. Oh, I forgot they have a new Nightmare Moon model too. That actually could be interesting. doing the, I kind of want to see the colorations with it too. I don't know if I've even downloaded this new one yet. I don't know if I got that. Oh, I can't actually do it like that, that's why. Nope, I didn't do it, I guess. Oh, it definitely it's its own unique shape. That's actually kind of cool. Oops. No. Get up, get out of there. Bad nightmare mode. Please tell me you did this. Tell me so you did it. You did! Thank you! Okay. I just want to see how her lighting works for something like this. Yeah. Well, if this is also from the times, do you think they really had, like, cushions available? Plus, I think it showed them being tough. So I think that it's... I can kind of understand why it was the way it is. I think I'd have to play around with the coloration of the helmet, because I think that as of right now, the reflective coloration of this is very white. Well, this is not. At least not up close, until you get up close. If I change that to have it more of a bluish purple to make a glow the right color, I think that could actually work. Yeah, I think that could. I have to really play around with the lighting to get it to work the correct way, because she would definitely be a different look, especially when you're trying to go and base it off the original. Let's see if I can find a better reference image. Don't go away, Joffrey. Nobody cares about you. Well, no, they cared about you only one point when you died. Why is there a picture of Snoop Dogg smoking weed on the throne? That sounds like Snoop Dogg. We'll do this one. Because this one at least gives me the lighting that I need. So for how I'd say with this is that he's looking away to the left, so they utilize the light here to only highlight one part of his face, so that only one side is working. The whole back was lit evenly though. Okay, I see how they did it. Okay. The other thing I have to do is this throne is not rotated right. $10,000? Oh, that's position. Okay, I thought I had that wrong for a second there. Because the anything like this should be done at a complete no, I had an environment already built for this. It's very early, but it might actually save me some time. Though I think I looked at it once before and I deemed that it wasn't really helpful. Where did I put it? I think it would start with TSSF because it was originally for an idea of this shipfig folder game. Oops. Ah, there it is. Where is... Oh, probably the one called Throne, actually. This could definitely work, though I think that with Nightmare Moon it would be a stone floor. Probably could do blue flames, too. Okay. I think this door was centered, but not much of the rest is. That's not gonna work. That throne is definitely not centered. Centered would be right about there. So I think the wood is centered. Which would put the torches off a little bit. I think the windows are a little bit to that side too. So I'm going to move this a little bit to the middle. Move the camera. Why was I stupid with this? Yes, it was. No, that actually is pretty centered. door isn't. Anyways. But I don't know if I'm going to do a door with it. Let me look up some stone stuff in the mega pack. There's some detailed things in here that could probably work. None of that's gonna work. So you can make a really cool beach scene with a lot of that. That actually could be super useful. Not as ice, but you can change it to anything else. I'm not seeing any like molded stone. It's very city-esque. It might have some neat stuff. I don't know if their bump maps are going to be that great. I think a lot of Doctor Who stuff was flying around around that time because that was it was a big thing. It's I think slowed down a little bit. The actual show, so it's people aren't as focusing on making modifications of it. Let's see good thing from. I thought they would have a lot of good stuff on this. Well, apparently not. I was hoping for like some like carved stone things. Whatever, I'll just go without it for now. Okay, Nightmare Moon would not like... Oh, I didn't actually do that lighting yet. Yeah, I'm getting to that. I'm not... The camera's not going to be final here. This is just where I had it when... Because originally this video's idea, we had a... We were going to do where... we recorded ourselves pulling... Secret Ship folder cards and with two ponies and the relationship type, and we were going to animate a quick scene using the audio that we used that was doing a quick description of what that card was, and so just as a comedic thing to have quick ideas. And this originally was the pulls of it was like Dictator Rarity and Berry Punch getting caught in a kiss, and so originally was going to be like so Dictator Rarity on the throne with Berry Punch like super drunk just stumbling in, and so we were originally going to do some of that stuff, and it never went forward. Plus, I mean, these are old, because I mean, how these torches are lit are not anything like I do now. It worked, though. Alright, we need blue. Kind of bluish purple, maybe. I'll go with that. Yeah, and that was the kind of the thing we wanted to do it where we'd pull a couple different types, different cards, explain as we were pulling them, because I think that would be kind of neat. It would be kind of like how would call it? But it was where we could just take like a 15-second thing of us playing a card, and we could make it as a collab thing, so that it wasn't just one person doing something, but that it could be passed to have multiple people potentially do it, different parts. I should work at the scale. Now to get her to sit, the legs aren't exactly well made for sitting, especially if you're trying to make her sit in kind of because I don't want her just to sit like a normal, like a pony sit. I want her just being like that. Let me get these organized a bit better. This is so old. I'm not even using a lot of the methods or the organizing methods that I am using now, so it's just super old. Like, yeah, I don't want her sitting like this with. Okay, there's got to be something that's being weird here. Hair. Okay, well, I don't want to see your hair. Well, I don't have a choice, apparently. Your wings. Okay. We'll drop those and those. And narrow it down. We definitely could just have her sit kind of regally. Well, he doesn't want to be stretched like that, apparently. I think what I'm going to do is have her kind of sit sideways. I don't know if I can make the princess lay down. It's an enhanced one, so we'll try. This one still have the leg issues, I'm pretty sure. So like here, I'm gonna have to jam this leg in. Might have to look up a reference for a pose like this. Not one I've done before. I have a feeling that leg might be able to fully be under there more. So like, oops. She does look pretty comfy. Because I think this actual back leg would be the one hanging down and this one would be the one up top, is my thought. But I'm not the best at figuring out this kind of thing, so instead what I'm going to do is look up other people's. We got here, and that looking for one that has. See, I keep running across my own stuff. I don't want that. I want other stuff. There we go. Why is there no model of that yet? This is them sitting normally, but I don't care about that. I'm looking for maybe lounge would be a good word. See, it's similar like that, but they're very buckled in. Buckled in. I don't know where I got that from. I would say when it comes to the princesses, you're going to definitely need to move the bone to get the right look. This is kind of what I was going for. I don't have the room for it. But there, that has this leg going backwards and this one going forward. Definitely workable though. No, the princesses have their bones, especially their back legs, if they're trying to maintain the proportions that they have from the show, are very, very hard to do without some kind of bone manipulation. I should undo a lot of that here. Like here, when I actually want to go bend it, I mean, if I were to keep it like the, or just off the bending, I'd be going like this and then like this, and you start getting a weird look in there. And especially like this is way too long, so normally I'd kind of, like I said, I'd like crunch up, but since they're crossing over each other, I can like kind of crush these into each other. Just kind of using that as just a bit of a reference, but here this will probably be up a bit. We'll do this. Train down a bit. And I wish I could do another bone there, but I can't. So, then also here, like I would technically say that this left thigh further up, and this right thigh would be further down. Probably turned a bit. I'm going to start poking at the other stuff, just try to get that figured out. Then that might help. If you're having issues with stuff, just focus on other things for a bit. I don't care if I really, well, that really got weird under there. No, I don't care if I, oh, that's why. I locked things. There we go. Since I locked things, it's gonna scale it down when I'll go and actually do the locks. Yeah, sorry. In terms of bone manipulation, sorry. Like here, I'm really gonna have to move it around to try to get the position to look right. I actually recommend it when you're doing motion animation that it helps having a bounce to have a. Where once you're done animating everything, add an actual bone manipulation for like a head, like if you're doing a dip motion, to have it actually like dip down into the body and come back out. It adds a little bit of extra bounce. I forgot what they call that in 3D animation. Stretching something. I can't remember the last second word is. Stretch and squeeze, I think. For instance, here, I'll open it up. So it's gonna be the best of the Crackle video. I'll show you one of the things I've been trying to do. If you ever can look up like the 8 fundamentals of animation, I think it was. I can't remember the exact words on that, but they cover a lot of it. And it's very basic stuff, and figuring out where to use it's gonna probably be the hardest part. No, Michael. You're bad, Michael. Now I did quite a bit of the bone manipulation here on Lyra to give her the bounce that I needed. Like for instance, like here. I'm going to make sure this is actually one that is giving the right example. Yeah, so in SFM, the white line is rotation and the blue, red, and green lines are your axes of motion for your position. So any manipulation here that's in white is rotation. So you can see this rotation, but I did a manipulation to her actual position of her head at this point. So when her head's coming up, so just to make sure, so yeah, so red is the up and down. So I have it so that when she comes up, her head is like swinging so that it's actually like stretching away from her body, and then it's bouncing back down again, and it gives a nice little bouncy feel. Because, and I think actually that adds a lot to the shot, was just that one little bit here. So if I can remove this, you can see it just brings her head down. Now it just looks like she's swinging her head back and stopping. This gives it that little bounce. We'll compare it to again without. And that was very, very helpful. So I did it here. I did it on the toy part here. I don't remember if I did it with Twilight or not. Usually the head is where I would do it. Yeah, so I did. This part wasn't shown, but... So again, the same thing here. When she goes to lift her head up, I'm actually having it pull into her body a little bit to get a little bit of a bounce. And then... So, midway through the motion, it was up. And then here it ended where it came back down again. And it's a little bit more of a fluid look. So here, just from looking from side to side, could I have dipped her head down to get the same motion? Yeah, I could have, but I didn't want that. I just wanted kind of a little bounce, not an actual like manipulation of the positions like that. So that's why I just did a little boop. And if I were to take that off too, you get this. So she'd just be turning to the side. This would be the bounce. So I find it's 12 principles. Okay, cool. Splash and stretch. I knew it was S something. Which in this essence, I mean, SFM isn't exactly the greatest for utilizing that a lot because doesn't allow you a lot of mesh control like an actual squish would. But it's just manipulating the bone a little bit like that. It kind of adds a fake version of it, and it's a lot. You can add a lot of quick, easy, extra motion without actually having to put in much work. Like I said, I need to get rid of the other ones. So, for instance, like on Starlight here, I didn't want to have to do a lot of full body motion, like to actually have to, if I wanted to add motion to some of the extra little wiggles for her whole body after the keyframing. I didn't want to have to put a whole lot of effort into a lot of that extra stuff. So what I did instead was that when I did the motion, I would lock it so her back legs weren't moving with her. But then I could just, like with the thighs locked, I could just grab the pelvis and bounce it down. I mean, it's disconnecting the bones from each other, but it's creating like a false sense of motion for her whole body by just grabbing a bone and keeping some of the other ones locked. Maybe adding a little extra motion separate from the stuff later, but just making it look like her whole body isn't attached rigidly to a skeleton, like making it actually feel like it's moving. And like it's like here, that's right. I think a lot of like the ponies have shoulders, but they don't have. I think it's clavicles, which they have usually a separation of a bone, and then maybe I'm just showing that on here. So yeah, so like the one up here, and then the actual shoulder, because they're different. And but since the ponies don't have that, you can actually just lock the shoulders and move the chest forward and kind of get a simulated version. But I know I did a couple different. I thought I did. Let's start right here. Yeah, so you can see even here, I did some bounces with our manipulation of the positioning for. Ignore this part. This I think was just a lock that got unlocked and it just did the motion transfer. But here, this was a bounce that I was talking about. So it's kind of a fake little bounce back here that I could do without having to actually like lock the feet, move all the legs. It's just an easy way to do it. But there's also been like so she's just kind of sitting at this table all alone. What is this? I'm kind of curious. Okay, so let's just create like a breakaway. Okay, sorry, it's distractions. I was gonna load in. Yeah, I don't know if that'd quite work. You could try it. Maybe that'd be a good pickup move. Like, here's one that was very much bone manipulation. Because there is no way for me to get Rainbow in this position without. So, like, if I were to remove this, and I'm just going to see if I can. Oh no, that would take way too long. Let's just try to put her back into a standing position. With just rotations. Hi, Dash. This is already turning out kind of weird. Yeah, the amount of... Actually, there's less in the back leg than I thought. I know I did quite a bit of position playing. That face is a little creepy though. But like, yeah, the amount of bone manipulation I did up here to make it look right. Poor Dash looks like she's got some kind of really, really bad disease. She looks happy about it though, that's fine. That's actually gonna be interesting then. Okay, that got lewd. Oh, it's kind of funny. But it's just showing that, yeah, there's depending on the situation, you are going to be doing bone manipulation for sure. But if you're just starting out, don't bother with it. Thanks. I was actually sitting there at work and I had the video ready to publish, but I'm sitting there and I'm like, because I know then I have to do social messages and all that other thing, and I kind of was just considering delaying it and putting it off until later because I didn't want to deal with it at work. And then I'm like, whatever, I just did it and then just ignored everything online for a while. Problem that comes is that I probably actually should have done this from the other angle because of how the main is done, but I could probably just mess with it and put the main to the other side. Why is your face so damn derp? Like there's derp, but then there's that. Oh. On. I think the model is good. She just looks, you know, that kind of reminds me of one. I know exactly what it looks like. Yeah, that didn't take long. If you guys haven't seen this video, I'm just gonna play the video. This this face right there, that's what it reminds me of. It goes forever. This is over and over again, but that's what it kind of reminds me of, is her. I don't know why. That was such a classic. Oh, then this old Fine Leather Jackets video. It is like 1.7 million. Alright, I'm gonna have to restart SFM because I'm guessing that's what's causing the issues. I was using that zoomed face of the heavy for icon for the pony fandom stuff. Alright, yeah, that's so derp. It's weird, like if you have probably say this something else. I already ruined the file, but I don't care. It's never. I was not using. I made this file originally like 4 years ago. But actually, I'm gonna change how the legs are done. I have an idea. My mind's going 8 different directions. But if you like load one and then you load in the other, sometimes it like crosses, flexes, and they start taking the values of the wrong bits. Well, sometimes if you lock one model to another and you zero it, there might be other bones that did not lock to the other model when you did it, and if you zero it, those become literal zeros and will go flying off the map somewhere. So I know that can happen for in those situations. I'm actually going to get rid of her main for now. And I'm not worried about like the body getting crunched up because you can fix that in post. Just be right wing, wouldn't it? I have them locked or blocked anyway. Okay, I want to do the hooves first. I'm gonna do the bone manipulation right now, and then I can figure out the details of it afterwards. Okay. Just gonna break it, yeah. Alright, we'll do it the other way. I don't think I'm going to be able to actually push her to the back of the chair. No. So this is good enough. Well, I wouldn't want to because her neck would get crunched up anyway. I don't think I want to curl down there so much. I want to pull that in a bit more too. Not really worried about some of the details for the shoulder on the other side. This one kind of just jamming the bones everywhere because I can't see it. So to me, that's the not so important. Tiny head. Oh, what? Oh, there's tiny legs. Oh, one tiny head. Tiny head. I think I'm actually going to do kind of like that picture did. I'm going to move this up. I'm going to zoom in a little bit so I have more detail. But I'm going to make sure I don't lose my centering. I'm going to go up a little. Yep. And then I'm going to move these forward. Our eyes are going to be... I gotta fix them here. So they're going to be locked to the camera. Her head's probably going to need to be... Her hooves don't look relaxed enough. I think that this one needs to be pushed up. I don't know if we pulled back more. It just needs to be pulled back up again here. So then that go up, and then this go down a little. I want to make sure that these, that her arm here looks relaxed while laying there. Right now it kind of looks forced. I wish I could shrink this up, but I'm not going to be able to. It's not by much. Nah.
God, that scared me.
She's very happy.
Don't scare me like that. Seriously. All I can hear in the other room was and I'm like, where the shit is that coming from? Why does that remind me of Aku?
I know. Foolish samurai warrior.
And I thought you were insane before. Hi, peoples. I'm doing lots of
Foo. Oh, I can't even do the foo because that's all the O does.
Oh.
Is there a whistle?
Speaking of oh, are you sleeping the whole time he's streaming? Oh my goodness. All he's been doing all day is sleeping. What? Oh god. You're having way too much fun, son.
Let's go. She's happy. Oh. One cake. Where's the pudding? Oh, I can't make me go up. Sad. Oh. Oh, pudding. Oh. Well, I can do the eyes and those. So that would be. Oh, pudding. Oh, put it in me. Oh, delicious ham sandwiches. Alright, I'm sorry, never mind. You're back. I do have to figure out something for their mouth here, though. Might just have her go with the standard here. Did you get rid of neutral? There it is. is. Which makes kind of sense, I guess. I might be a little too inquisitive. I was thinking originally about doing it the other way around. I think I will. Okay. Kind of just set up some basic lights so I know what I'm working with here. This is probably going to be the most important light. I'm going to do this one right away. If I can spell. Like, oh, why did you even look up a video where Derpy exploded? It's actually kind of a cool effect. Okay, I kind of want to play with this now. I had a different idea, but this that actually kind of ended up being pretty cool. So, it's going to have to be a very immensely strong color. I think... because depending on the color, it's not absorbing on the middle eye with the blue, because it is blue, but the white is absorbing the rest of it. That's why it's causing the outsides to glow. But I don't want it to be so purple. I think that purple is about the only way I'm going to be able to get it to be... that might work. Because if I go too deep into the... into the color, I can't do anything with the actual pupil. Now I can free fly with the light. Ooh. Where'd my light go? Oh, it's reverse rotation. No, can't be. I think I'm just looking up too far. There we go.
Just gonna stay here for a while. Need to catch my breath here. What do we do now?
Oh yeah, the eyes don't pay attention to that. Well, the original idea was silly. It kind of molded from there. Trying to think of a texture that would be more straight up and down. I think there's not going to be one named Slit. No. Those are useful. That was a weird one. Oh. Just zooming by and it made it look like a actual motion blur. I'm not seeing anything here that's actually gonna work for what I need it to be. So I think I made those. Oh, actually there, pupil. I swore I made one. Okay, so I don't want to be too bright with this because apparently if I do, it's going to it's going to blow out the rest of it. So I think this is going to work. Essentially just adding enough light to ensure that the pupils themselves have a nice separation, so they have a nice shadow coming up. Some bones I don't have access to. Or nice, you don't have a name. I think she's got a pain right there. Really, whatever floats your boat for making art, do it. I don't. It doesn't really matter if it's silly or not. Just it's the act of doing it that matters. So, if that's what you wanna, if you think that you do that with suffer, do it for sure. Why not? I mean, it's free. Create. It's a great stress reliever. In a way, it can be a stress causer too, but I mean, that just means you're doing it wrong. There's no close position for the wings. That's different. I don't need it, but still. Really wish this like could be pushed off more, but it kind of hits the chair there. Yeah, this one is 100% free. There's no, the only cost attached to it is that you need to download Steam. But if you already have Steam, okay, I'm liking the lighting over her here. It's getting enough detail now to pop her out a little bit on the other sides and to potentially give her a little bit of lighting on her wings. It's not your present if it's free. I'm not piloting by the actual light. I get myself lost. Because there's gonna need to be some actual light down here. Though minor it can be. Though. I'll probably do even less than that. I think I'm gonna start putzing with the background a little bit so that I make sure everything is balanced. The windows can work, but they're not looking out to anything. They seem like exceptionally plain for what this is. Probably gonna crash any minute now. Actually, for how blurred this is going to be, I don't think I have to go too far back. But I'm going to do it anyway. I actually could do this in 2 different shots with that. I probably don't want to actually show moon. But kind of like the clouds like that. Kind of going for that kind of a look. So I probably want to stick with grayish, and then I'll add a hint, very small hint of blue, because I want to keep the sky kind of grayish. Halloween's gonna always give me a moon. Could kind of work. I think it might be too detailed. That's weird looking. Search night. I'm getting sunsets. That's not what I want. That could almost work. If anything, I could probably make it myself too. But I'm just lazy. And I want the texture to do it for me here. Ooh. Oh, that could actually work on the edges there. I'm gonna do that. How big is this? That's as big as it is. That is fine. I just found out really cool you would maybe like... What? I don't know quite what you even said. Oop, I can't do that with this paste actually. What was the dimensions on this? It's not going to give you that info. $1280 by $768. Okay. I want the wide more than the tall, so I'm going to go with the 768. Paste. Oh, I think I had that wrong. Yep, I had that wrong. If I scale this in any way, I'm destroying some of its original parts, so I don't want to scale it. Oh, okay. I'll putz with that later. Import here. I'll do it for one first. might need to utilize them as a bigger cloud. Because then the detail stays how I'd want it to be. Just like this. Right at the bottom of it. Like that. Thinking the volumetrics might not work at all. I'll keep them, but I have a different idea. So these torches on the wall, I'm okay with them being that kind of a whitish color. But if I do, I need to have lights that reflect off of the surfaces as such. Where is this one? I'm planning to probably change the floor to something stone. Keep it like, I'll keep it wide for now. extra second. Oh, I was like, why isn't it working? I'm not planning to animate it, but it is something that I could definitely turn into like a, kind of an animated thing, I guess, like a ambient thing, type of picture. I'm not trying to find anything specific right now for positioning. I'm just essentially putzing to try to see if I can find something that I might like. Thinking what might actually work best is kind of doing something up higher here, back up. A good ways right, let's say by about here, and then we'll drop them in. The noise way up. And then we're going to split this in two, actually. So I'm going to put one right about here. I'll call this... I'm going to call it tight. And then this one, we're probably not going to use shadows on for it. Be much wider. Cover a much larger area. It'd be much dimmer. I actually think what I might do, I'm trying this one up again. Where'd it go? There they are. I'm actually come up from the floor. keep it right there. I'm gonna make another one of these though. This is gonna be 4. Yeah, it's empty right now. I do want to add stuff to it. I'm just right now putzing with. I don't want to like try to finalize one aspect of things, then have moments where I'm like, oh, well, now it doesn't work because of this. This doesn't work because of this. I want to start doing something, get an idea, like narrow direction I'm going in, then do something else, and make sure that that's going to work with what I'm doing, and have the whole thing kind of work towards its own completion. So I just have to get something done here to blend better with the floor, because right now it's just kind of stuck on there, which is not what I want. The other things I want to make sure I add here is... I'll use these ones because they're already named right. Let's set the window. Kind of want to get a feeling of light coming in through the window, kind of. Okay, filling the whole window works better. I like how that looks more. But yeah, I do want to try to add like just like, oh, actually I gotta watch out here because this is actually hitting the rocks past it because there's no shadow. But no, I want to add a stupid amount of detail to stuff here so that it can, I want it to be a fairly busy shot, but where she is going to be the focus, but I know it's going to take some definite playing with the lighting to get that done. She's going to need definitely a lot of work on her lighting still. There, I don't have the light seeping through. I want to find some particles for those little flames on here. And actually, for once, since I'm not using this back room, I'm going to get rid of a lot of these models. Don't need these two. Don't need these two. These. No windows. Stone wall. Okay. Let's see if I can find some like. This is probably going to be the best detail for a stone wall I'm going to find. I know the Mega Pack has a bunch of stuff, but I don't think it has anything like that. I kind of did a run earlier for that. And I think I might crash from a library hit here soon too. Actually, I'm not using that much memory right now. Because this was all like clean brick, so that's not gonna work. Nothing for castle. And stone came up with some stuff, but nothing that was, I think, like laid stone. Letting bolt through the window though would imbalance the lighting, which I don't know if that would quite work, because it would be usually lightning coming through one window and not both. And right now everything's set to be symmetrical, with it centered in with it focused in the center. I'm breaking the rules of third for it, so I have to kind of be careful, I guess. Let's check wall. I mean, there's a lot of the tech walls. I don't care about that. Oh, what are these? Pillars and stuff, but I don't need pillars. Could that be useful? Not really. If I wanted to put her on a balcony or something, it would be, but I'm not going to do that. That's pretty neat, actually. No, I'm not going to. Wall of grass. Look at that. Ooh. Yep, looks like they're not going to have any type of brick things. Nope. Okay. So one check through everything then. Since I made this, I've downloaded a lot more models. So, yeah, nothing. Give her a purse. If it was an animation, then yes, you could definitely do a flash through the window. Anyway, I don't know why I'm looking at the walls there. So let's check. Blah. What am I checking for? Particles. A small flame is one that I use, or usually would need a lot, and I never keep track of like the good ones. It's not anything ambient. This is probably the better looking of them. It's got that particle width though, so I'm not sure. This one's brighter. Don't think we quite need anything of that scale. As for candles, so we'll go with candle. Ooh. Actually, that might be needed because coloring a flame would require me modifying the texture more than likely. Oh. Here we go right here. Perfect. Alright, blue torch flame. It's all Dota stuff. Oh, I broke my throne. Now's gold! Whatever, I don't need it right now. I'm gonna restart the software for that. So she'll just float there. Sometimes it's when you load up one thing, it might override a different texture that it was utilizing one of the utilized by another one, therefore taking on its values, and it could have done something like that. Forgot what this was called now. Just blue torch flame. Okay, I thought it was going to be more than that. Oh, the torch is the blue lamp flame. Okay, I see what it is. Naming conventions can be confusing. Okay, so that's modifying it going vertically. Trying to see if one of these has something that's offsetting it to the side there. So see, some of this worries me. These noise scalers and stuff don't always work well. I had a problem when I went to do the rendering Lyra bit that it was rendering Lyra, her like particles just flying all over the place. Nowhere, didn't look anything like what I actually had put in the video or in the preview. So I had to redo that particle kind of last minute. Okay, so I think I know what the problem is here. Is this controlled by bones? Yes, it is. Okay. This is supposed to be that it's coming out of the torch. But I definitely want this to be more bluish. Kind of like towards that. Probably a bit more towards that. This is color random. There's probably also color fade on here. No, there's not. Okay. So it's just 100% using these. We'll do that. Light. Put this up here too. Color fade. Oops. Glow. Okay, color random. That's kind of what I was afraid of. So the actual texture itself is, I think, this color. Oh, it's gonna be one of those ones. It's going to be hard because green, which is the base color on it, is opposite of red, meaning that it will not want to move anything towards the purple in any way. I can get it to go bluish, but I'm not able to get it to go towards it at all. Never play with this tint clamp before. I mean, that's not hard. I can just actually kind of looks pretty neat right now. So leave it like that for now. Too purple. I realize the shadow for this one's much longer than this one. See if they had some pre-made weapon racks or something, but they do not. Michael, you're still sick. Okay, so I'm not seeing anything that would be like just a I think I'm gonna try this, see how this looks in here. I don't like its lack of detail, but tiny little sword. I have a feeling I'm going to find a bunch of spears that are awkward. or very cartoony. I think I might just stick with spears and stuff, or swords. Not looking for anything fancy. Fancy stands out, and I don't want swords to stand out. There we go. Let's go back through these. So I already used that one. This was pretty plain. I'm trying to think of stuff that would be knightish or medievalish. Okay, that's a claymore, so that's going to be a little bit bigger. Yeah. Is there a halberd? Not by the name. Yeah, they're very much from Skyrim. I downloaded a Skyrim pack a while back from SFM box, and been using it since. They come in handy because they're really good quality stuff. Oh, I forgot Skyrim had access. If you don't want anything detailed, I just want something simple. But I want to do like, because I know there's various tables here that are gibbed. So I want to build, like take one of these tables, not one of those because they're kind of too modern looking, but like, yeah, like one of these, and like place those around. But then I'll have to manually place the debris, which is a little annoying, but I'll manage. But you can put the broken table here. I just want to make it look like that she's sitting there not because she rules this place, but because she had just recently like taken it over, or like said this is mine. So stuff like that. But I'm definitely gonna have to change out that floor because it is not meshing with with anything really. Well, really, if it was lit right, it wouldn't have that issue at all. Yeah. That ambient light that's coming in from the front. Right there, I think it's setting it. No, it's not. So that must mean it's some of these torches. It's definitely just doing it there. But anyways, I'm not gonna worry about that right now because it is 9. So I was gonna cut it now. So so stream is gonna be done for now. I will be back on let me get back there. On yeah, if it had a normal, well, actually normal maps are hard at that angle to work. If you're at a really strong angle like that, why'd you go small? That was weird. It actually doesn't work very well, or at least SFM's doesn't work very well. But there are other models that would probably work better as a base to then potentially put that on. So I'll have to putz with that, but it's fine. I mean, the castle would be no different than what I'm doing right now, and it's probably going to be a lot lower texture quality. So no, I don't. I'm good with what I have on that regard. But yeah, so I will be back on Tuesday, and we'll go from there. Okay, so yeah, and so in the meantime, you can have Kitty, though that kind of already is Kitty. We'll have the actual animated Kitty. It's actually kind of funny overlay. So yeah. See you in a week. Less than a week. Whatever. Yeah. I just happened to run across this today completely randomly, so that's, I just saw it now. I was immediately ecstatic. So anyways. Just look at Dash. Actually, that's how we'll end it. There we go. It's like I can do the zoom thing, kind of. I'll just stare into it forever. Oh, there we go. Oh. There we go. Enjoy. Alright, bye-bye.